All right. I think it's on. Microphone. Can you hear me? Uh-oh. I'm still unprepared. But I figured since we're sitting here that I'll push live while I get prepared. How about that? I'm halfway there. Okay. What happened there? Oy vey. All right. Aloha. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't need this then. So how y'all doing? Live. There it is. Hola. All right. I'm getting there. Close this before I waste water everywhere. There we go. We're a little more centered. This little purple streak is coming from that lamp back there. So yeah, I don't think I got ghosts in my house. That's where that's from. That's a fun stream. That's how it all started. This is bent. Let it straighten itself out there. I've become addicted to these things. This is they're mouse pads that you can put your keyboard and mouse on at the same time. And I got like 4 or 5 of them already. So the things that my interest, I swear. No, I never lived in Tallahassee. I just have that face. Everybody's seen it before. So I just have that face. Everybody knows somebody that looks like me. Almost guaranteed. Okay. It's all right. I'll tell you, I look like somebody that everybody knows. All right. Incense time. Now, I haven't burned any of these yet, but we're going to try one today. I know I like variety, so give me a second here. I swear, I'm not even saying that in jest. I get that all the time. Hey, didn't I go to school with you? Or hey, don't I know you from? Because I move around a lot too, so it's usually never true that somebody, knew me at some point, because it's like I've only lived here for 8 months, so Okay. I don't remember this one. Oh, that's the one that smells like soap. Or is that in my hand? It could be that too. We'll do this one for right now. Okay. See how this works. I ain't had an incense holder in a very long time. Oh, there it is. Here's Johnny. Good old classic TV. Yes, I mean, I got plenty. I got plenty. This comes from Sylvia. Sylvia sent me. Now, mind you, I put one because I wanted to smell them. I put one in the wish list, and she bought two. So thank you, Sylvia. Which was nice because then now I got all of the scents. I think only 6 come in a thing or something like that. So anyway. Oh, ceiling fan blew it out. There it is. They're called blunt effects. So there's plenty of insinuation there. So there you go. Now, I'll try not to be too long. I think I text her, but she ain't texted me back yet. I think Jace is going live in like 2 hours or so. So I'm gonna get on with the thing here. Is the smoke too much in the camera though? Let's see. Yours are blunts. Well, these are supposed to, be good for if you should so happen to not want the smell, I guess. Then it's called blunt effects, and they got all kinds of different scents and carrying on. This one's called Black Love, I think, that I'm burning now. It has a soapy smell, at least in the package. Right now it's good though. They burn very fast, it looks like, but that's not a problem because I have plenty. So I got some readings left over from Sunday, and I also had a few that I mixed in there as well from just headlines and pop culture and all that. So we're going to bounce around in the readings. So we'll start. This is the first one I wrote down anyway. So this is going to, like I said, this is going to bounce around because I'm just going to go down the list. Kyle Massey. For those who do not know who he is, you may know who Raven Simone is. Raven Simone from That's So Raven. She was also co-host of The View, and she was Olivia, the little child on The Cosby Show back in the day. But Raven Simone had a show called That's So Raven. And in that show, Kyle Massey played her brother. And in that show, he played her brother, but now he had his own spinoff show, I think, after That's So Raven ended. He has now been accused of, what was the charge? Basically, he sent pictures of himself to an underage girl. And the lawsuit, then now back in the day, I think 2019, there was a lawsuit by her or by the child, but she was a minor, and I think she still is. But she was a minor, so her name has been withheld from, the press and the evidence and all that stuff. So right now, is there any truth to these allegations? It kind of had a Cosby ring to it because this little girl was trying to get into show business, and he was supposed to be helping her out and mentoring her and that type of thing. And then next thing you know, he's sending pictures of himself to her. So let's see, is there any truth to it at all? Let's see. see. Ace of Cups. 9 of Pentacles. Seven of Cups. 8 of Swords. I get it. Judgment. King of Wands. Ace of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. That smells really good. Jesus. King of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, and Temperance. So here is the thing. The Ace of Cups, emotions, overflow, new relationships, that type of thing. The Nine of Pentacles is a very rich person. This is also a person who worked very hard for what they got. It didn't come easily, so this would be Kyle. Here's the problem, though. Judgment, 7 of Cups, 8 of Swords, King of Wands. They're not looking for jail. They're looking for money. So, yes, there is some truth to this. The end should be. However, they're not looking to put him behind bars. They will settle for a settlement. Which, okay, fine. If that's, the route you want to go, fine. I mean, fine. Civil suit and all. But I don't know. I've never had children, but I helped raise 5. So I would think, you did something against my child. I want you, I would personally myself, we need to go find us a strong branch and some rope. But me, in today's realm, in the courts of laws and things, I would love to see you behind bars. That way you don't do this to somebody else's kid. But they would take an offer, financially speaking, and then they would go away. But so you got the Knight of Cups and Temperance. So if we can come to some sort of agreement, then we'll go away. But like I said, there's some truth to this. That's my thing. And you would have to register. Like, I want you to, I don't know, maybe it's, I personally, like I said, if this was my kid, then we have a problem. And I want you to suffer because what you did is horrible. But they will settle for Ace of Pentacles for a financial gift and stay away from my kid, and we'll go away. So there's that. All right. On to, like I said, this is at least therapy. Thank you. Now we'll jump to Dr. Cornel West is leaving Harvard. He's left once before, back in the day, and he came back, but he is leaving again. He said that Harvard is in a decline and decrease, or a decline and an erosion, and it's spiritually rotting. And other people said, well, there's racism in particular realms, in particular departments, in particular spheres. So is he leaving because of racism? Because he didn't come out and just say somebody's being racist, but he left that door open to interpretation that what's going on right now has a, hi, Dr. Victoria Scarabo, the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Massachusetts. I say that the whole thing. But he said that there is some spiritual rot. And he, like I said, he left the door open for interpretation. Hi, Jen. That there's some racism in these departments. There's some racism at the top. There's some racism, yes, Linda, everywhere, especially here. And so he's going away. Now, he'd be fine. So I'm not talking about his job, because, I mean, speaking engagements alone can keep him fed for the rest of his life. Because he is quite the eloquent speaker. So, hi, Lori. So we'll see. Is there some some grunge at the top here in Harvard. Or is it misunderstandings? Is that what it is? Why do they keep... Okay, Teresa, I'm going to make you a moderator. You don't have to moderate, but I don't know why it always holds your comments back. It's starting to annoy me, YouTube, now. Goodness. Hit like and subscribe, and then they hold that comment. But somebody say something goofy, they let that through. 3 or 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. So let's see. Justice, balance, fairness, truth, honesty. The King of Wands. You say he's a Gemini. The Wheel of Fortune. 10 of Pentacles. That would be Harvard right there. 5 of Cups. Queen of Wands. 3 of Pentacles. The Emperor. I get it. Ace of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles. So, what we are having, thank you, Yolanda. What we are having is, not to sound cliche, but a failure to communicate here too. There is, yes to his argument. Yes, there is racism at the top. This is also, it's more of a jealousy thing. I don't want to paint it as racism because racism, we overuse the word. Therefore, when we really need to use it, it kind of blunts its impact because of our overuse. And so, because when we talk about racism, we should be talking about hatred, because that's what racism is. It's a hatred towards whatever for some irrational reason. In this case, it is more of a jealousy, which is sort of encompassed in that devil card too. But this one is more of a, I don't like him because he has what I don't. I don't like him because he can talk the way I can't. I don't like him because he gets the adulation I don't. There is a problem there, because here with the Queen of Wands, King of Wands, I say when I get 2 people of the same suit, they are somewhat of a team. So here we have Harvard, and then we get the faculty staff here. The Emperor presents itself, which means that somebody is abusing power or looking at it as a dominant type thing. Like, I would like to be the person in the forefront. I would like to be the person in charge. I would like to be the person everybody's looking at. Instead, we got him. Because Wheel of Fortune and 5 of Cups, this was going to be this eventually anyway. The 5 of Cups is a regret. It is this is his regret, mind you, because something told him to stay away in the first place, that this was inevitable with the Wheel of Fortune. This was going to happen. And it all stems because he went through this before. He just didn't put y'all on blast like he's doing now, because he's probably done now. But this happened before here at the work card. But I would say this is more of a jealousy. I think if you really got down to the core of it, it's not necessarily a racism. Now, yes, mind you, there is still an aspect of he's black and he can do what I can't. Yes, that is there too. But I don't want to call it a hatred. I still call it a jealousy. Because how dare you, this black guy, get what I can't have? And so, again, yes, there's racism there, but I don't want to just blanket term it. There's more to it than just that. So yeah, go where you're appreciated. And mind you, this happens to scholars of different races all the time, especially if they're darker skin. Whether you're, Middle Eastern, they do it to them a lot. Hispanic or Latino or Native American or Mexican, they do it a lot. and black. And if you are, you're something more than a person who sweeps the floor, how dare you be more intelligent than I am. But good luck to him in the future. Like I said, he'll be fine. So his speaking engagements alone will keep him fed forever. Okay. Like I said, I'm going down the list, so it's going to jump all over the place. James Varnell Cusick, or Cusiak, whatever you say his name, James Varnell Cusick Jr. is a pastor who took his hips down to the Capitol to participate in a riot, a treasonous riot with the rest of his peoples. So I'm gonna pull out my oracles here. I want to look at a couple things. First, I want to do a general read into him, see what kind of person he is. So I'm about to get judgy, so close your ears if you can't handle this. You are a pastor, not a preacher. A preacher travels. This is a traveling teacher. That's what a preacher is. That's a teacher. He is a pastor, which means he has a flock and a congregation he is supposed to be leading down the straight and narrow to the point of righteousness. That is his responsibility, not just his job. That is his responsibility. Because if you are a pastor, you should have been called to be one by the Lord himself. And so if you are a pastor, then you ain't got no piece of business down there at the Capitol in no insurrection. Now, mind you, again, you take your pastoral behind down there, you go vote and do all that stuff. But when it comes to you being a pastor, you have a bigger responsibility than this here. Then you going down, thank you, more paper, please. Then you going down to the Capitol to participate in a riot. In a riot where they were beating police officers and climbing up walls, even though there were stairs right next to the wall, where they were doing all of these horrible things. You are a pastor. You are supposed to be leading God's people down the road of righteousness, not riotsness. So who are you? What kind of person is he? That's what I want to know. Because how dare you? You definitely got more things to do than this here. There ain't no sick kids you could have been caring for, praying for. There ain't no trash you could have been picking up along the road. There ain't no Bibles you could have been handing out. There ain't no doors you could have been knocking on. There ain't no sermons you could have been preaching, or some sermons you could have been writing and working on. You should be ashamed. And like we use that word too much too, and it wants the impact. But you should be ashamed. You should hide your face type of shame. Who are you? Let's see. You are brash and irrational. 9 of Wands. Now, see, here's the thing, too. You have what it takes to be a better person than you are. 9 of Wands is a person who, this is the tenacity. This is the perseverance. This is the person who can push through and push on through just about anything. But you also have a very poor, you have very poor judgment skills. I mean, push this aside, the January 6th things, just personally, period. The Lover's card and the 4 of Cups, you are easily led. You're very easily led. Somebody gives you something and you go along with it. Now, you might think, Well, as a pastor, shouldn't he, know a little better? He should have better discernment. He should, at the very least, now here's another thing. I interrupted myself twice. Just here's a thing that I learned being a preacher here too. If somebody comes to you with something, some sort of decision you need to make, and you do not have time to withdraw and think and pray, meditate, whatever it is you do, then the answer is no. Automatically. No. Now, this could be the greatest opportunity in the world. This could be something that is legit, that you will legitimately miss out on if you don't say yes. If you didn't give me time to think and pray, the answer is no. Period. It may be like I said, maybe the greatest thing in the world, but still, you didn't give me time to withdraw and assess, then the answer is no. He is easily led. And that is why his decision-making skills are horrible. He's got a lot of this, a lot of regret, a whole lot throughout his life. Now, mind you, most people do, but his comes from his lack of discernment. He has none. It's like, oh, that's shiny. Let's run towards it. This is a pastor, a person who is supposed to be leading people on the road of righteousness. This is him. He doesn't know where he's going. The moon keeps secrets because the sun is not out. You can still see a few things because the sun is shining somewhere in the universe, thus it reflects off the moon, but you can't see it clearly. That's what the moon is telling you, that there's something else here, but you need to investigate. That's why you bring your own light. That's not him. This is. He ain't got no business leading nobody nowhere. Zero. Because you took your stupid hips down there to the Capitol so that you can participate in a riot. Where's God in that? At all. See, come on, somebody. What I'm saying right now. Am I doing the thing? Am I saying it? So here. Your angels, divines, guides, ancestors, God. This is my God oracle card. Betrayal, harm, danger, bad intentions. Warning label. He has no business leading anybody. He cannot lead himself. He follows. Some people are followers. And that's okay, because everybody doesn't need to be in charge. Somebody needs to be in charge and somebody needs to help support. This is not you. You are not the leader. You are the follower. You need to step down and get on and do something else. Open a Cracker Jack store or something. I don't know. But this here ain't it. Okay. Hi, Becca. Thank you, Karen. What deck? What deck was it? This one here. It's either called the Arcana or Thelema. Tarot of the Arcana or Tarot of Thelema, something like that. Thelma. This one I made. Yeah, I made that one. It needs a whole lot of work, but Jackie Chan, bless his hearts. Jackie Chan has come out and said that stuff flying out already. That he wants Arcanum. Thank you. It's nice when people know things. That's so. Jackie Chan said that he wanted to join the Communist Party of China. That he wants to be a proud member of the Communist Party of China. He fully supports the One China rule, to where Hong Kong and Taiwan is going to have to fall in line, basically, and stop all this freedom talk business. He wants to be a member. Now, he is a part of some delegation that does make decisions already, but he wants to be a card-carrying member of the Communist Party of China. Problem is, there's a lot within the Communist Party that do not want him in the Communist Party. Because, thank you, Michelle, because he was unfaithful to his wife a while ago, and he has a child from that relationship. And the Communist Party does take into account your personal life when you are to be in the Communist Party. So they do take into account your personal life and your personal dealings, and your moral character is what they called it. So how will this go for him joining the Communist Party? And will this news or this revelation hurt his career here in the United States? They are currently having a Jackie Chan film festival in China. So they're doing that. So he's a lot of people in Hong Kong though they had a hashtag on their version of Twitter. I think it was called Unlove Jackie Chan or Unlove Jackie Chan movies or something like that. Because, they feel like you turned your back on us or something like that. So we start with 9 of Wands and the Death card. There will be a change within his workload. There will be a change within his reputation. There will be a change within his schedule, because the 9 of Wands could be talking about you taking on a whole lot of stuff. For me too, the 9 of Wands is just typically a overwork card or a hard work card or perseverance or almost there type card. There's going to be a change to that. The Empress with the 4 of Swords, something new that was supposed to be kicked off. I think he may have a film or something that he is kicking off. This may get in the way of that. The Communist Party thing, I think it will happen. I think it will happen. I think they will accept him eventually. But his film career, or whatever it is that he's doing new here, is going to have to take a bit of a pushback until the news blows over. Mind you, we live in 7-day news cycles, so this may not have that far-reaching of an effect. But here for his Communist Party thing, it's going to take maybe a year or so, or a cycle of some sort. So we're talking next summer. By next summer, he'll be a full-fledged member of the Communist Party. Like I said, he's already part of a delegation that does make some sort of decisions, but he's not a member of the Communist Party just yet. But I think he will be. All right, Jackie. So we'll do a general read. I'll pull 2 oracles, 10 cards. For Britney Spears, I won't go so much into that because I'm not even completely sure what's going on. I know she's trying to get out. Well, maybe she is and maybe she's not. They're trying to remove her from the conservatorship of her father because they believe she's being taken advantage of. And at the same time, I don't know. I get the feeling that she does need some help, though. See, Rita, I think that's what it comes down to. They love that money now. So, and he is a prominent person. So there you go. Do. So Britney. Whole thing. Thank you, Michelle. 1, 2. These cards are hard to get apart. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's got a good singing voice, though. Page of Wands and the 8 of Swords. So the child is trapped. Deck chooses the reading. Even kind of resembles such a person. But she is trapped, yes. The Emperor, there's the dad. The Knight of Swords, the Queen of Cups. There's 2 people. It's not just him, it's 2 people, but him prominent. And then there's another woman there. The Knight of Swords and the Moon. This is going to be very hard to undo. This is going to be very hard to undo. 9 of Swords, Ace of Swords. She'll have victory in the end, but this is going to be very hard to undo. She is going to be painted as erratic, lunacy. And so it is going to take a while before she is sort of able to break free from all of this. Judgment is in the core, so she will get a favorable judgment with the Judgment and the Ace of Swords, but it's going to take a minute. 9 of Swords, there's going to be a lot here first. There's going to be a lot of mudslinging. There's going to be a lot of... When she was on her own, it was not fine. It was a bit unfine. So she needed help. But at the same time, just because they're your family does not mean they have your best interest at heart. So 2 oracle cards for Britney Spears. This is going to take a minute, though. I got loss and failure, and then I got the God card again. So this in particular thing, she can't just be, try not to be insensitive. This thing's supposed to catch ashes, and it ain't caught one yet. Look, it ain't a solitary ash inside the thing, but they all over the table. So Amazon, this does not work, just in case you want to know. Anyway, I'm trying not to sound insensitive, but she cannot be left to her own devices. But she does not need to be under his supervision. She might need a cleansing of some sort too. She needs a spiritual retreat. She doesn't just need therapy and medication. She needs that too, but she needs something else too, because the inside of her is not being fed. It's just they're basically taming her brain so that she doesn't act out. But there is something on the inside of her that needs help too. Her spiritual well-being is what I care more about than her career and her family at this point. I think she needs some energy healing. I think she needs a sage shower and a sound bath, and she needs all that. She needs a spiritual healing, not just therapy and Prozac. That's what I think. Chrissy Teigen. Chrissy Teigen. Is she a narcissist? That's the rumor now. She has said that she's going through cancel culture right now, is what she said, because she says she's being canceled, and because she was a troll and she admitted to being a troll. And so now she's saying that, you know, all of the negative press and negative attention is on her, and woe is her and woe is me type of thing. And people are like, so you did something bad, you trolled online, so forth and so forth. You got a lot of money and you've got healthy kids and you're married to John Legend. So how about, you know, you calm your tits and go sit down somewhere? But no, she's playing the victim a little bit here. So is there some narcissism problems? Or is she doing like most people would do? You're going through something and you put it on social media. It's not that she's trying to be narcissist. She's telling you what she's going through and how she feels and blah, blah, blah. So let's see what they say. 10 of Wands and the 4 of Swords. She just wants the pressure and the negative attention to end. Is pretty much, she wants to be in the clear with that 4 of Swords. She wants to be, it's even more telling with all the wolves. Somebody's going to be looking to tear you apart at all times anyway. But she wants to get rid of all of the negative press and tension. Here with the media, though, with my world card as my media card, there is the Hermit. She is trying to search for attention. There is a bit of, what do you call that? Like when you fish for compliments type of thing. Like, oh, I'm going through such a horrible time. And then everybody's supposed to say, oh, Chrissy, stay strong. Yay. That she's going for that type of thing. So yes, that is there too. The Sun and the 2 of Pentacles. There is an imbalance that she wants everybody to see. Because mind you, this is how famous people sort of stay famous. This is how they stay in the news. This is how they stay in the now. This is how they keep their name in your mouth. They do everything in public. So I mean, I kind of say, what do you expect her to do? Is my philosophy. And yes, there is a bit of woe is me, look at me, and feel sorry for me. But at the same time, if you don't like it, look away, is my philosophy. Like, I know nothing about Chrissy Teigen. I think I've seen her maybe twice in my whole life. I didn't know where she came from. I didn't know where she worked. I didn't know she was an actress and none of all that type of stuff. I've seen her literally on Jimmy Fallon, and that was kind of it. I've never seen her anywhere else, and I definitely don't follow her on Twitter. Not that she's a bad person, but that I just, who cares? But she does have a celebrity problem. And all of them have a look at me issue. So yes, there is some narcissism there, because that's kind of how a lot of them are. That's how you stay famous, is tell everybody, look at me. She admitted to being a troll, which is one of the most horrible things you can be. So I don't think that she took into account how much negativity that was going to draw. But here we are. Freedom phone. Oh, sweet Jesus, help us, sweet Jesus. So Freedom Phone is a Trump phone. It's not by Trump, though. but it is from a Trump supporter that is basically okay. So basically what it is what it technically is a generic Android device. It's not Samsung, LG, none of that. It's just a black thing that has Android mechanics within it, right? This thing can then be not manipulated. It can be, you can add whatever you want to it. It's basically, I give you the operating system, you put in all your own defaults. And so Freedom Phone is supposed to be a right-wing telephone that is supposed to keep you secure from the big bad Democratic people. And there is, every tech person in the world is like, do not get this phone. Because basically what it is an unsecured piece of garbage. Like, for instance, if I wanted to start my own Freedom or my own telephone or my own whatever, I would go buy the generic phone and then label it TarotsApprentice or something. Then I can add in all of the stuff I wanted to and sell it as the TarotsApprentice phone. It's not anything else. It's basically my generic phone. So that's what this is. The Freedom Phone is a generic Android phone that they put in a bunch of security apps to keep you safe from the government tracking you, from whoever tracking you. Yes, freedom and patriot. That's what they're going for. So what is a success, if any? A Freedom Phone. Should people get this? Okay, I don't even need no more cards because the ones already flew out. 10 of swords, 7 of swords. If you don't learn nothing else, you take your hind hips away from this here. Reading over. This is Freedom Phone. No, I'm going to still do the reading, but that's all you needed right there. Freedom Phone. Look at the tower. Look at the tower. Come on, tower. Get back in there. Freedom Phone. Okay, now they all backwards. It's saying don't even. I'm doing the reading anyway. It's my channel. You don't tell me what to do. All the bad ones is falling out. Okay. Let's see. Made 3 cards at least. Stay away. 4 of swords. Stay away. There's the devil. Stay away. Stay away. Bad phone. Bad phone. All right. Dylan Jordan. He is a movie producer who has a bunch of little shell or subsidiary companies from his production company that were set up for the purposes of sex trafficking. So he would set up these companies, and you would, let's say you were a gallivanting billionaire of some sort, and you wanted to purchase the services of a secretary. So you'd go to Mr. Dylan Jordan, and he'd set you up with a secretary. He was just arrested. Good for him. So what is going to be the outcome of all of his dealings and dallings? And is there, we'll do maybe a separate one, but is there any prominent or big name celebs that took part in his services that we will learn? So let's do what's the outcome of his troubles, because he set up fake companies so that you can buy the services of people. Now, mind you, this is a little different than just prostitution, because some of these people were being trafficked. Which means enslaved. So there you go. So what is the outcome? There's the world in the Eight of Cups. There's a mass exodus. Like he's got the plague. There's a lot of people running from him. Like a lot. Like they did Weinstein. Now all of a sudden you don't know him. King of Swords, Six of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. Ooh. The Fool. Okay. 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 There's the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is romance. The Lovers is the lovers, relationships. Then you got the Six of Cups, which is children. I'll leave that there. So you're going to see and hear more about everybody wasn't 18. But there's going to be a whole lot of people, mass exodus. There's going to be a civil suit as well. This is going to cost him a buttload of money. There's also a madam somewhere that would also procure girls for him. There is something about possibly of course, his records are being subpoenaed and all this type of stuff. There's possibly some tax fraud. There is, well, maybe they'll hopefully they'll look into all his computers and telephones and things of that nature too, because there's a lot of on his computer. It's disguised too. It's like spreadsheets, but it's full of girls' names and children information stuff too. There's a lot of that in there, but it's not like there's a folder on his desktop that says girls in it or something like that. It's disguised, but it's there. So, any big name celebrities? Let's look and see. Sandra Friend, exactly. Okay. Let's see. The Hermit, 10 of Wands, 6 of Wands. There's your celebrity. They're a center of attention. Not really. I mean, there'll be some names, of course, but it'll be pockets of fans type thing is what I call it. So everybody has their pockets of fans. So you might know who Esther Roll is, but you go down the street, don't nobody know who that is because she has her pockets of fans. The people who knew her from then, you don't know her now because she ain't here. But it's like, it's that type of thing. You may know who Britney Spears is, but you may not be a fan. You pockets of fans. So there's people here with the 6 of Wands who might be called to the center of attention, but they're not Robert Downey Jr. type thing. It's Kevin Spacey, nasty man, something like, he's making another movie. Can you believe? So we move on to the Black Rifle Coffee Company. Esther Roll was the OG, absolutely. The Black Rifle Coffee Company is a conservative, Republican. I don't know what you really would call them. They're Trumpian. first of all. So they're that. They are a coffee company that is anti-liberal. I'll say it that way because that's how they project themselves. That's what they call themselves. So they are anti-liberal, and they are now being sort of dumped into the same bucket as all the riot people too. Because there's a lot of people who were the Kyle Rittenhouse, when he took his pictures, was wearing Black Rifle Coffee Company t-shirt. And there was someone at the riot wearing the Black Coffee Rifle t-shirt and that type of thing. So they are being, sort of lumped in with all the crazies because they supported Donald Trump. So you would make such a conclusion. So will it hurt them in the end? Or will they continue to grow? Let's see. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands. There is a bit of a burden placed upon them because of money or information that was shared. I'm going to say donations for the Emperor. The Ace of Wands and the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, the Six of Swords. They will come out of this, though. They will come out of the rough time. They're just going to go through a rough patch right now because the stench of Trump is still in the air. Whether you like it, love it, hate it, or leave it, it's still here. And if you say just a little bit, that Donald Trump's not a bad guy, okay, you done. It's that type of thing. So their initial 10 of Pentacles, this is their company, it will be burdened by such a thing. And this is why, anti-liberal or not, I don't really care because I don't have to buy your coffee, so it's not a big deal. But anti-liberal or not, I personally think if you have a company that is selling anything, keep your personal stuff to your personal stuff. Keep your privates in the privacies of your own privates. Everybody don't need to know that I'm Hobby Lobby and I'm religious and I'm Chick-fil-A and I don't like gay people. We don't need to hear that. We'll need to know that because guess what? Yes, you're going to have a line around the block like Paula Deen when she says she wanted a civil rights wedding or whatever. But if you ever just say, hey, I sell chicken sandwiches and chicken nuggets, the end, that's it. That's all. You don't need to tell me what your political and religious affiliations are. You are a chicken place. You are a coffee place. I don't care if you don't like liberals. It doesn't matter. Who cares? Sell your coffee and keep it moving. If you want to be anti-Starbucks, fine. Or anti-Dunkin' Donut, fine. But we don't need to hear about your politics. Just sell the damn coffee and keep it moving. Because what are the people underneath you supposed to do? You make dividends and profits. They make $7 an hour. Those people get hurt first and hurt the worst because the boycott hurts them more than it hurts you. Because they get less hours because there's less money, and then they have less money, and then their bills get behind. Meanwhile, you're okay. Or at least for the time being. So somebody left this question, which I really liked. Were the witches of Salem persecuted because they were bad or misunderstood? Why were they persecuted? You get your coffee from the stove top, exactly. Hi, Gigi. Just leave it. I mean, where the witches, okay, I got the sun, where the witches of Salem persecuted because they were bad or just misunderstood. All right. Sun flew out the first time and it is back again. Eight of Pentacles, the workings, the fire and the workings. This burned because of the workings. The workings. The devil. The Knight of Cups. Okay, bad apple spoils the bunch. Three of Pentacles. Five of Wands. Bad apple spoiled the bunch. Ace of Cups. 10 of Swords. Five of Pentacles. Two of Wands. All right. The sun is your fire. That is literally you being burned. The Eight of Pentacles is for your workings. The Three of Pentacles and the devil. Everybody is not... on the... Okay. Wait 1 second. Tarot time. Here we go. On the traditional depiction of the lovers and the devil, they are the same card in a way. This deck, I can find the name of it, but I shall give her no publicity, for she is very bad at customer service. So there you go. Okay. This is the Lover's card. This is Archangel whoever. It changes Wikipedia to Wikipedia. But you can say Raphael or whoever. It's an angel of some sort. This is Eve. That's Adam. This is the Garden of Eden. Here is the tree of life, and the serpent is wrapped around it. This is an angel because the in the original of the tarot cards, there were three people here, but the Lover's card represents Gemini. And so they took the third person out because Gemini is twins, and you can't be twins with a third person. So you can't have that duality with another person. So they turned that person in the Riot to an angel. And then there's Adam and Eve. Here is also Adam and Eve chained to the devil this time. So now, why did it tell me all that? So here we go. There is three people in the Three of Pentacles, and then there's three people in the Devil card that I just show you traditionally. So it's kind of like, just because we are all on the same page does not mean we contribute in the same way. In the Garden of Eden, Adam was given authority over everything. He named all the animals, he named all the trees and all that type of stuff. He was given authority. And then God got tired of him, bothering him he was trying to watch Matlock. And then here he comes, always asking a bunch of questions. What's this? What's that? You tell me what it is. I gave it to you. And so God created him Eve. So he had somebody to talk to. And so Eve did not know all the rules because she wasn't supposed to. This was given to Adam. Eve was given to him because he was supposed to have somebody to talk to, because I'm trying to watch Matlock. Because you know how Matlock put it all together at the end, and there's somebody always got to call you and talk to you. You're like, I went through this whole episode for 54 minutes. Now he about to tie it together, and here you are asking me all these questions. You know God ain't got no DVR. So it's like he gave you somebody to talk to. So now y'all supposed to be talking to each other, but you have the authority in this here garden. Eve is supposed to wander footloose and fancy free because she ain't supposed to have responsibilities. You are, because I made you first. And so the two people and God here in the middle, they don't all have the same role. Therefore, they don't all do the same thing. Therefore, if something goes wrong, they don't all have the same responsibility. But from the outside looking in, you would think they do because they all together. You follow what I'm saying? So the serpent comes along and says, hey, Eve, you like this apples over here? Why don't you eat one? If you eat one, you're going to be just like God. I bet you will. Then you get to go watch Matlock too. Y'all can't watch it because y'all ain't got no TV. But if you eat this apple right here, I bet you're going to do it. And so she said, oh, I think that'll look good. And God said, hey, every tree in this here garden you can have except this here one. He didn't tell Eve that. He told Adam that because it was supposed to be Adam's garden. This is your talking mate. This is your pen pal. You're supposed to be the one protecting her. But the serpent came along and said, hey, girl, hey, eat this apple. She ate the apple. God said, get your clothes on and get the hell out of here because I told you once. I ain't going to tell you again. So now, back to the reading. The Three of Pentacles and the devil, the three people in the devil card, the Adam and Eve and God, and then the three people in the Pentacle card are two people who come to an expert for advice. And so what happened was, one person got a little messed up or a little ticked off and said, hey, you know, Sheriff Barney Fife over here said that we can't live here no more because of whatever reason. I think I'm a little angry at him. And then she, you know, she took the cow tongue and she did what she needed to do. Now, what happened was she told him, I'm cursing you. I cursed you or whatever the case may be. You live with two other people who said, don't do that. I mean, you know, just let it go. He about to die anyway. She said, nope, I'm doing it. It's over. It's done. So the Knight of Cups. There's some sort of curse. There's some sort of working here with the Eight of Pentacles that was caught out in the open, or it was pushed out in itself because she told you, hey, I'm going to curse you. You're gonna pay for what you did. You just watch and see. And then something may have happened whether she had power or not. Something may have happened. His hair all fell out. His whatever, something happened. And then she gets blamed for his situation, for his problem, and everybody that's like her gets blamed too. So, 5 of Wands, 10 of Swords. Then there's a fight, and then there's a death. There's a killing. This is my card for murder, because that's what it was. And then 2 of Wands, and you go out on the search. And then you persecute, prosecute, and torture every single person that's like this one. So there might be there's a mixture. Not everybody was bad. Listen, I'm going to say nobody was. I think witchcraft is a gun and a knife. It has no intention. The intention is behind the person. Thank you, Debs. Oh, we ain't going to talk about Lilith. She's redacted from this story. So, yeah. There you go. I don't think it was bad. It's like I said, it's a gun and a knife. The question was, were the witches of Salem persecuted because they were bad or misunderstood? I don't think they were bad. I think that man, through its limited wisdom throughout the years, always killed what they did not understand. Always try to destroy what they do not understand, and will love to enslave that which they cannot control. So there you go. Barry and Jack Weisselberg, are you going to be in trouble next? Are you going to be in trouble next? Uh-oh. Two of Cups. That's commerce and business. Let's see. Barry and Jack. Ten of Wands, there's a lot of burden. The Fool, thank you, Prairie. There is a lot of burden around the Fool, but there's also burden around beginnings. Something is just starting. And that is your father is in trouble. Now, mind you, your pappies and grandpappies, they are getting in trouble how and ever. Circling the wagons does not just pertain to Donald Trump. They take Weisselberg and they circle his wagon too. And they say, hey, Barry, Jack, Tim, Tom, Ted, whoever, if you don't want us to go after them, then you will cooperate with me. So it is now up to your father and whoever else that is in his sphere to keep you safe. Because all y'all worked there, all y'all had your hand in the cookie jar, and you smelled like nothing but chocolate and chips. So the Hangman. Perspective change, sacrifice, self-sacrifice. So who is going to sacrifice for you? The Three of Swords. We were talking about this earlier. The Ten of Swords is a backstab. The Three of Swords is a betrayal. Now, the difference is the Ten of Swords is anybody and everybody. The Three of Swords is somebody you know. Because it's heartbreak. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe you just did that to me. The Ten of Swords, you get stabbed in the back because somebody's trying to take your place. They're trying to end you. That's the ending. That's ruin with the Ten of Swords. This here is Three of Swords is somebody close to you, got you right in the heart, the side, and the back too, because they were close enough to do so. The Nine of Pentacles, and it's always about personal money. How much do you have? How much are you willing to part with? How much do you have, and where did it come from? The Incense is called Blunt Effects. This is not the scent I'm burning, but this is the brand that I'm burning. The Knight of Wands after the Three of Swords. Your progression. Everything right now, Five of Cups, worry, Six of Pentacles, money, Four of Swords. Here's the thing. Everything right now is dependent upon thy father. Everything. Everything. Oh, praise the Lord, it's raining. All my old man bones hurt before it rains. And Now that it's not raining, now they loosen up. Everything depends upon Weisselberg. What is he going to say? Is he going to take the fall? Is he going to Michael Flynn it? Or is he going to say, they was in on this too? Red Lynn Healing did a reading about that family of 5, and I like her example in it. It's like they may not always tell on each other, but what's going to happen is it's going to be like, you know what? I don't know what he's doing, but you might want to check his sheets. It's like, hey, there's something under there. I bet he had money. I don't know. It's within his character to do so. So there is a news organization that is being funded by Saudi Arabia. The purpose of this news organization, it has no name yet. It's still in the works, apparently. The purpose of this organization is to get access to the Biden administration, which I don't believe, because you already have access to everybody's administration, because for whatever reason, they always do business with Saudi Arabia. So it's not like they're even hiding it anymore. So, okay. What is this? What is the purpose of this news organization, or will it even come to pass? Because you don't need a news organization to get access to somebody. That doesn't make any sense. So what is the purpose? Let's see. 3 of Swords. All right. Well, you're having fires? Oh, good Lord. It's been almost nonstop here. It's rained every day last week. It hasn't flooded, though. I will say that. The Moon and the 5 of Wands. So this feels very, yeah, Sandra, it feels like that a little bit here. There's a lot of conflict. Well, see, here's the problem with the backstory is they don't have any. This is not even in creation yet. This is, the Crown Prince is funding a news organization that is supposed to be broadcast from the United States. So it's not like it's broadcast there and then piped in here. It's supposed to be broadcast from here, kind of like a Fox News type thing or whoever else. And it's supposed to be funded by them, though. And then the report said it is supposed to put them in position to have access to the Biden administration, probably kind of like everybody else who speaks to a person in his administration or has them on their show or whatever the case may be. So, but there is some fighting and misleading that is already going on here in the beginning. The action has justice on it. Ace of Cups, 9 of Swords. There's a lot worried about it, like the phones from China type thing. Like this could have an effect like a Fox News. We already have one. We don't need two, God's sakes. Well, we have 3, actually. One American, and OANN is one American. This is another one, Newsmax. We already have enough of that type of stuff. But it is causing some worry within the administration because there's more to it than just that. But this has a lot of money behind it. A lot of collaborative money. Yes, it does feel very propagandish, but not necessarily propaganda for the Saudi government, but propaganda that they wish to push out into the American atmosphere. That's what it really feels like, Joe. Is that you want to be in the room with everybody else, so that you can then advocate on behalf of Saudi Arabia. Oh, Lord Jesus. What time is it? I was trying not to be too long. I think Jace is going, she says she's going live in like 30 minutes. Okay, any Trump organizations, companies used for money laundering? I think that's a yes, but let's see anyway. Because he had, what, a gajillion subsidiaries that Weisselberg got fired from it. So were any of them used for laundering? I'll pull 5 cards. How about that? I think we need a whole reading on that. Let's see. And cut first. And death. Death card, King of Swords, 4 of Wands, King of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. There's your yes. Page of Cups, yes. Yes, they were. Weisselberg, too. Find the ones that he was removed from, and you'll find your evidence, I bet you. Manchin. What about Manchin? Oh, he went to a Republican. Well, he went to a fundraiser with Republicans. Apparently, there was just a fundraiser. A bunch of people were there. But why are you traveling with Republicans to fundraisers? Is that where your money's coming from? We'll do 5 cards on that, too. Oh, for goodness sakes. What? All right, J-Lo, you're going to be a moderator, too. You don't have to moderate, but just so your comments don't constantly get held up. There you go. King of Swords. The World card. 3 of Swords. Queen of Swords. Empress. See, it didn't even tell me that part. He's ruined his reputation, though, which is so interesting because it seems like it would have been that way. But the King of Swords in the world, this is going to stick. This Republican face that you keep showing to everybody, it's not even like you're hiding this. You know, no to voting rights, no to filibuster, no. This you can't hide this because he's not even trying to. Everybody can see this. Everybody. And this is going to cause major, major conflict for you. And like I said, this is going to stick. Everybody's going to figure this one out. Everybody's going to stay with this. That you cannot possibly be a Democrat by the way you vote, by the way you behave in your position. So the proof of the pudding will be in the eating. So it's not like you can even hide this because this is unhideable. So there you go. How do the forensic accountants feel going through Trump's taxes? Let's go back here. Oh, mercy. Or Trump financial information. Ain't Exxon the one who set the ocean on fire? What kind of person are you that burns water? Jesus. Lord have all the birds. That's what I was just about to say. Lord. How do they feel? 1, 2, skip a few, 99, 100. Okay. All right, the King of Swords, there's your Trump, and the 6 of Wands. There is a bit of celebration in this. The Chariot. Slow and steady wins the race. The Hermit, investigation. Seven of Swords, strategy meeting. The Devil. You're looking for the Devil. The Devil's in the detail as well, so these go perfectly together. For this is a card of detail because you are searching and investigating. They like it. I mean, you would think that this would be like, oh my God, but it's kind of like you go to school for 150 years to be a lawyer, and hi, Brandon, and you become a lawyer and you work forever, another 150 years, and then you might become a judge, right? You get to be a judge and all this type of stuff, and then you're on the lower courts and the middle courts and then the size 10 courts, and you get to be in all this type of stuff. And then one day, you get to be on a murder trial or something like that, and you find it fascinating. It's kind of like that. It's like you search your whole life for something interesting to look at when you're in these type of positions, and now they got it. They enjoy it. So, I mean, at least they do. There's a lot there. Okay, so let me preface what I'm about to say by saying this. All jokes aside, I have known a transgendered person my whole life. Not the same one, but throughout my whole life, I've always known somebody who was transgender. And I can see what they go through. Hi, Pamela. I can see what they go through. And especially, like, for instance, the very first one, she was going from female to male. So it was he. But at the same time, you got your family or your mother and father that disapprove wholeheartedly because we are in Texas, so they are religious. And they want to send you away to camp so that you can get fixed because this is not normal. This ain't how we raised you and all this type of stuff. And you have to go to therapy. You have to go through people basically trying to figure out whether or not you really want to do this. Are you crazy? Is it a phase? All these type of things. And then you go to work because you have to work. And you have to be around strangers who don't understand. And it's a lot more of them than it is in your family. And then you have to be what they see as female because you have breasts, but now you have a mustache because you're taking hormones. And so you now have to look like that in front of people who will not understand. So internally, just imagine, be your empathic self. Imagine what that person is truly dealing with. Your family doesn't understand. They want you to go get shopped and fixed. These people that walk in and out of this shop are looking at you like you got 19 heads. And so how are you supposed to feel? How are you supposed to even, never mind you have to go to the bathroom, good Lord. But how are you supposed to function as a person going through that? That's hard. That's like beyond hard. Which brings me to Caitlyn Jenner. Now, out of respect for people who really do go through hell, I will not disrespect this child. Well, it's not even disrespect in my book. But I will call Caitlyn she for the sake of this conversation, because that is proper, because that's what she identifies as now, is she. So I will call her she. But y'all know how I feel about that child there, because she did not go through any of this other stuff. It's almost torture to grow up transgendered with religious parents who really want to see, who really technically actually want to send you to a camp for you to get fixed. And so I will call this person for right now, she. I personally think that's Bruce dressed up in a dress because you got some sort of cross-dressing fetish. But like I said, I will call you she because I don't think that you went through the same thing that that young man went through and all others like him. But anyway, the question is, ooh, now I'm getting messy. Wait a minute. How did little Miss Caitlyn feel when her ass got booed at the Crack Pack convention? That's what I want to know. You see, this is why I can't. This is why I can't stand this hell for breast or no breast. You went down to the Crack Pack convention. You went over, took your ass over to the Sean Hannity and said you couldn't stand homeless people and they were filthy and you should put them on a bus and drive them into the middle of a field somewhere. And I can't believe I got to look at y'all while I'm going to my private plane. Oh, how gross. This is the same person who wants to be governor of California. You got your nerve. Should kick your behind till your cheeks fly up over your shoulders. That's what they should do. So how you feel? You went down to the Crack Pack and you thought, oh, these is my people. And they was like, get your transgendered behind out of here. And I'm saying it the nice way. They don't like you. And here's another thing, sweet Jesus. Here's another thing. This is how I know you're not transgender. Inside of you is still a privileged white man who thought, I am a privileged white man on the inside of her. So these people on the outside of her are going to see that. How are they going to see that when that privileged white man has on a dress and makeup? How do you expect them to accept the privileged white man in a dress and makeup? What they're going to see you as is one of them people that they don't like. That's what they're going to see. That's why you got booed. Republican or not, whether you hate transgender, whether you hate black people, you hate poor people, you hate all the people that we hate, but we don't like you either. They tried to kill Mike Pence. What you think they're going to try to do to you? Mike Pence is white, conservative, Christian, and they wanted to kill him. All because he didn't want to overturn the election. And then here you go, walking around with fingernails and boobs, talking about, hey, I'm one of y'all. No, you ain't either. No, you ain't either. You got on makeup, dress, fake boobs, and no vaginas. You is not a woman. Therefore, they will not accept you as one, and they're going to treat you just like you walked in here as some sort of sideshow. Like I said, that young man who had to go to work with boobs and a mustache while he was going through his transition with his family and strangers looking at him like he was crazy. You didn't have to go through that. You're going through it now. Because you was raised around Kardashians. That's not the same as being raised in small town Oklahoma, small town Wyoming somewhere. That's not the same thing. And so when you hauled your ridiculous behind up there to the Crack Pack convention and you got on this dress and makeup, what do you think they was going to do? They don't like them people in their neighborhood. And here you go walking up into my convention, think you about to speak. No, you ain't either. We don't know you. We don't like you. We don't need you. Go home. Bye-bye. Good luck with your race in California, you stupid cow. So thank you, Roslyn. The Queen of Wands and the Emperor. Six of Swords, Ace of Swords, Chariot, Knight of Pentacles, Seven of Cups. There is some confusion in your environment because you don't know what to do next. The Hierophant and the Five of Wands. You are at odds with your morality. And your morality ain't got nothing to do with your sexuality or your gender assignment. This is you on the inside. Never mind the crack pack convention. Let's talk about you. This is you on the inside. Now you are wrestling with yourself because you are privileged. Never mind the white man, white woman, whatever. You are privileged. And you talk about homeless people like they're not people. Never mind, you talk about homeless people like you can't be one at some point. Don't ever think you are secure that much to where life will not take everything from you. You think right now I got, $10 million, $14, $28 million, $100 million, I'm good to go. Next thing you know, something crashed, something burned, something, whatever. Thank you, Dark One. And then all of a sudden, boom, you ain't got no money. And then what you gonna do? And then you sleeping on Kim's couch because Chris don't like you. And Kim ain't even know your daughter. Don't ever think life can't take everything from you. This is why I say humble yourself in private. You don't even have to humble yourself in public. Humble yourself in private means train yourself to be a good person behind the scenes when ain't nobody looking. Train yourself to be a appreciative person when ain't nobody looking. I thank you for my roll of chapstick because I guess what? There's a man over in Afghanistan that's in full camouflage gear with a hat on his head and Ray-Bans on who wants some chapstick. I guarantee you it is. Because we sent some before. So thank you for that. Thank you for the little things. I may not have, as the song says, I may not have a condominium, but I thank you for the little house you gave me. And then when you go out in public, you can receive things and people with humility because you know how to do it. You have trained thyself. And so people will see you as an appreciative person. And then God will look upon such a thing and then elevate you because you are a person that is going to be responsible with blessings, which is why you are at odds with thyself. You do not know how to be appreciative over anything. So you're not going to get the governorship of California. What you are supposed to do in this situation right here, where you were being booed at the Crack Pack convention, what you are supposed to do is look at that and say, you know what? That's humbling. Let me reevaluate the things in which I am doing. Because this person here that I see in the mirror is not living true to thyself. If you are truly transgender, then what you should be doing, you don't have to, because everybody's problems ain't your problems, but you should be using your platform. You should be using your voice. You should be using your celebrity to elevate the needs of other transgendered people. The reason why you don't is because you do not identify with transgendered people because you are not transgendered. You're going through something completely different. This is what people were so, oh my God, yay, Caitlyn. And then when they got to know you, they were like, oh no, Caitlyn. This is a good thing. When you got booed at the Crack Pack convention, this is a good thing. Why is it a good thing? Because this is your chance to humble thyself. This is your chance to listen, to be receptive to something God might be trying to tell you. That maybe you do not need to be the governor of California. You need to be the governor of thy own emotions, of thy own self, of thy own influence, of thy own humility. You need to learn how to govern you. And then maybe we can put you in charge of other people. Hear me what I say. Hear me and hear me good. Gosh darn it. Okay. Will anyone in the Trump family flee? Yeah. We'll have to play Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego on that. Now turn to your hymnals. Okay. I don't know any hymns. I mean, everybody knows Amazing Grace, but I ain't singing that. The Fool is the first card. What kind of incense? It's called Blunt Effects. Actually, this one's out. Let's burn another one. Let's see. You better roll in, Mr. Thunder. Come on with it, then. It's thundering outside. If I blink out, that's what it is. Which one we gonna do? Baby powder sound too strong. That sound like if you smoke an actual marijuana, then you might. Oh, Fireball. I think Fireball is cinnamon. Cinnamon dry your throat out, though. That's all right. I got libations. Let's see. What does this one smell like? I forget. Thank you, Bugs. I think they have a devotion. Yes, they do. They do have a devotion. Let's like devotion. That was. Let's do that. We after church. We'll go through devotion. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Oh, is this the? Oh, that's the. Oh, I think this is the one. Wait a minute. Oh, I think that's the one, Jesus. Our ooh wee. Ooh wee. It was one of them. Yes, I think it was that one. That one, child, ooh wee. That one make you want to break out the baby oil on that. That one smelled good. All right. Devotion. Thank you, Pamela. This is devotion. You having your ganja? I got your incense there. That's going to be my smoke. I don't know about the burning part, though. After it burned, it got a whole different kind of smell. Wait a minute. Yeah, it's all right. Anyway, the Fool and the Seven of Pentacles. That's taxes. After his taxes are exposed, then we can revisit this question because it's going to change. Yeah, justice is what it ends in. After his taxes, okay, now that smells better. Wait a minute. It was the initial burning smell that was getting a little, yeah. After his taxes are exposed, King of Swords, Donald Trump, then we can revisit that because there's 3 people here that are going to have to reassess their defense strategy. because they're going to be sort of thrown through a loop. And then their life's going to change. All right. Okay. DACA. General read on DACA. Let's see. Let's see. Uh-oh. This has been happening a lot to me. I'm shuffling and then half the deck turns upside down and flies inside. Let's see. I think they're all getting sticky. There's a lot of humidity in this house. Because the air is not usually on. All the time. Thank you, Mark. There we go. So I'm trying to get my setup to where the fan is not blowing in the microphone. And it's not on now. Ceiling fan is though. But anyway, I don't want to hear about all the fans and stuff. Let's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Too many. Okay. 9 of Wands. That's DACA for you. 3 of Pentacles. This is going to be a struggle with the 9 of Wands. Battle weary. With the 3 of Pentacles, this gives me very gay marriage vibes. Like it's something that is litigated and litigated and litigated and litigated. There's protests in the streets and the marches and all that good stuff. But I say this about every protest. For it to be effective, Black Lives Matter, Orange Lives Matter, whatever it is, in order for your protest to be effective, like the civil rights, you have to take it out of the street and put it in a courtroom somewhere. And so here in this in particular case, the 9 of Wands is going to be a constant battle. This is just the beginning. The struggle is not over. It has to be in court. It will be litigated and argued and yes, all of that. Now, the good thing about that is eventually you do reach an agreement that is satisfactory, but it is going to take a lot of crap first. The 7 of Cups is the next card, and it is with the 5 of Cups. You will have short-term losses. So do not get discouraged when you see a story about short-term losses. Like the motion to whatever, to reverse the decision or whatever was struck down. Short-term losses. Don't worry about it. You can bring it back, and we're going to keep going. We're going to keep fighting. We're going to keep this. We're going to keep that. Remember, things change. People change. People in positions change. So the Ace of Wands and the 8 of Swords, you have to keep this in the news. You have to keep this in people's face. You have to keep this in the courts because the actions are being bound by politics, basically. So you have to keep this up. You have to keep this going. The 2 of Swords is constant blocking. The 3 of Cups is your community. The 7 of Pentacles. This is the card we want to see. Well, it's not really necessarily the card we want to see, but it is a good card to see. 7 of Pentacles is about planting seeds for a harvest later on. So like I said, short-term losses. Just because you planted your squash or your apple tree or whatever, and the weather did whatever it was going to do, and you didn't have a good harvest this time, does not mean you can't take it and start over. Does not mean you can't take the seeds and start a new crop. So the 7 of Pentacles is putting the seeds in the ground now, and then the harvest will come when it's ready. So like I said, short-term losses. Don't get discouraged by that. What you need is the end game. Thank you, Kim. Oh, you got your deck. Good. Do not get discouraged by the short-term losses. You will get there in the end, but it is going to take work. Now, mind you, the Seven of Pentacles is not an automatic harvest either. You have a lot of work to do. If anybody's a farmer or you know one, or you just basically have knowledge of how things grow, it takes work. It takes dedication. It takes short-term losses. Remember that all dead things can just be fertilizer. So you just take the losses and use that for your cases going into the future. So don't give up. Just keep going. Why are humans so horrible to each other? I do not know. That is the thing. The one thing that saddens me, besides children getting sick, is human beings treating each other like this. This I don't understand. January 6th, behind the scenes. Okay, so July 27th is going to be the date of the first hearing, they said. What I want to know is what's going to go on behind the scenes. After the first hearing, after you're done for the day, what goes on when we ain't looking? Is it a bunch of name calling? Is it a bunch of phone calls saying, hey, this is what they're doing? I heard. One of y'all said that Jim Jordan's on the thing, that he's on the commission. I guess somebody's got to be there to act stupid. So what is it going to be like behind the scenes? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 55. Okay. Jim Jordan is gross. 8 of Cups and the Magician. There's going to be a lot of meetings. There's going to be a lot of running out. And wait a minute. I'm sorry. There's going to be a lot of meetings. There's going to be a lot of, oh my God, they're looking at this. Oh my God. Because mind you, I'm pretty sure Jim Jordan's going to go do a Devin Nunes and run to the White House with information type thing, you know. Because the Magician is there, naturally, the devil, good old devil. There is some span control that they have to do. So there's why there's going to be a lot of meetings, closed door meetings, a lot of, you know, hey, meet me down at the, you know, the crack house and we'll have this conversation, you know, where we usually meet. And there's a lot of fear, Oh, I was saying, I don't have the 9 of Swords. Yes, you do. Just keep looking. There's a lot of fear. A lot of fear. A lot of fear because of the investigations, because of what they're looking at. So there's a lot of spin control that needs to happen too, Jim Jordan or not. There's still a lot of spin control they need to have. So that behind the scenes, what is happening is a lot of people are afraid. Yes, in your environment, 10 of Swords. They're afraid. Watch this space. Because you are going to see a lot of frantic Republicans. A lot. It's kind of like you open the door and they just all come running out and said, oh my God, Bigfoot was taking a pee on my desk. I'm so horrified. It's going to be, you just watch this space. I guarantee you. Okay. Jackson Palmer, who was one of the co-founders of Dogecoin, which is a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, he said that it's all a scam and it's being run by a cartel, big business cartel, and it's a scam. So, is there some truth to that, or is he just jilted? So let's see. The Page of Pentacles, there's your Bitcoin or your cryptocurrency. The Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is a despondency. It's a boredom. It's a taking what you're offered against your will, or not really against your will, but you don't have a choice. Even though you technically always have a choice, but if you want to progress, you don't have a choice type of thing. I get the impression that everybody kind of knew this. It's not. It's like you knew this. Like, I don't want to, because if you have cryptocurrency, you go right ahead, because you more than likely understand it a lot more than I do. But it's not a futuristic, sustainable thing. It just feels like is not true. It's just feelings. It feels like this is a good way to launder something. That's what it feels like to me. But the Page of Pentacles and the Four of Cups is kind of like, this is the game that we are playing. So if you want to play with us, then here are the rules. You don't have the right to change the rules, nor do you have the power to change the rules. The Wheel of Fortune, Queen of Pentacles, is going to stay this way too. Seven of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Swords. You cannot change this. Defending, rich people, ending in ruin. However, again, I do not think this is sustainable. So if you can make something out of it, make it while you can, then, I mean, you do you. Again, I don't know nothing about it, so I cannot give you some definitive that's what this is, because I don't know. I just can tell you what I feel, and feelings are not etched in stone. All right, last one. Thank y'all for coming out and hanging with me. All 700 and some 33 of you. 1 hour, 57 minutes. Last one. And I just threw the paper away. What was the last one? The felonies. The first felony for the January 6th riots has been handed out. Will there be more? Because my issue was, I was feeling like people were not going to get heavy sentences. They were going to start handing out probations and probations and probations. Well, no, they're handing out felonies now, and it's 18 months is going to be his sentence. But he is going to be a felon. So, and they are charging him with obstruction of Congress, because that is easier than sedition. Sedition is harder to get a person convicted on than obstruction of Congress. And obstruction of Congress is technically what they did, but, you know, whatever. Will there be more felonies? Will more harsher sentences be handed out? Seven of Cups. She said 18 months on Ari Milber. Who was that talking? Was it Ari? Or is it Chris? Somebody told me 18 on one of them shows. I can look it up, but I ain't going to right now. The Seven of Cups and the Five of Cups. There's choices, regrets, and sorrows, and things of that nature. King of Cups. There's going to be a lot of defenses, which is so interesting that you got everybody doing the same thing, but they have different defenses. So there's the 10 of Swords and the Strength card, but there is no defense. Your strength has been destroyed and ruined. He got 8 months. Oh my God. The Strength and the 10 of Swords. So there is no defense for this because this is indefensible. 3 of Pentacles. There is, however, ends in the Fool. They all have a tie back to, here's the thing. Yeah, still a felony. Here's the thing. They all have a tie back to Trump, and they all have a tie to him, Facebook and Twitter and these type of things where they whipped each other up into a frenzy. So they all, whether you have a different defense or not, they all have the same core problem, is that somebody told you that you're being mistreated, your government is doing whatever the case may be, you're under attack from the others. That's what they always do. And that's where your core problem is with the Fool and foolish things and foolish actions and things of that nature. You do not have discernment. You do not have proper judgment skills. Page of Swords. So yes, there will be more felonies handed out because you all have the same issue. Yeah, because how do you get a sentence for such a thing? Okay. Well, that was my last one. It's raining. I can hear it. Can't see it. It's black out there. Yeah, cannot make good decisions based on bad information. Exactly. Yep. So let me see one more rant. So Saturday, I will be with Adrian and Jody. Yes, I'm in Pittsburgh. And on Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern, I will be with Adrian and Jody. Sunday, we will be on Jen's channel this time. Me and my blunt effects. There's 150 flavors, as they always say. And so Sunday we will be on, oh wait, where's my little thing? I can put it out with this thing. Oh shoot, how do you work this? All right. There we go, that worked. Okay. I got ashes everywhere. So Saturday we will be on Adrian's channel, Red Lentil Healing, and we'll be doing some healings and sound meditations there. And then Sunday on Jen's channel. And I think that's it. I don't think I have, because I don't have any more questions. So I don't think I'm going live anymore this week, unless it's like yesterday I almost went for a walk because it was 76 degrees or something like that. And I'm like, yay, cool weather. But today it was 87. So it was 87 and I decided to take the hot day to go to the store. So that's oh, I have problems. The incense is called Blunt Effects. EFFECTS. Blunt, BLUNT. Oh, I got to get a new chair. That squeaking is driving me insane. Okay, so I will see y'all both Saturday. Oh, look at the ash, Jesus! Look at the ash. Whatever. I will see y'all on Saturday and Sunday. So thank y'all for coming out and hanging out with me, and y'all have a good night.